Hello, hello, and happy Friday. I haven't been in here at all in the past week. It's been a crazy, crazy, crazy pants week. I've been so busy, but in a good way. Okay, today I'm just going to, sorry. Yeah, I'm just going to read some cards for the whole group in a moment. I'm going to pull and see how many will come out, 7 cards maybe or something like that. And I also want to talk about the full moon next week, which is actually really quite a big one. It's not an eclipse or anything. There's an eclipse at the end of the month, at the end of Aries. So in fact, Aries is going to have 2 new moons. We've just had a new moon in Aries. Hi, JJ. We've just had a new moon in Aries at the very, remember, it was at 0 degrees. And we're going to have another new moon in Aries at the very last day of Aries. And this new moon that's coming up on the 6th of March, it will be the 5th of March if you are in anything east of Eastern American time. So anything further than that, Pacific and everything, it'll be on the 5th. But for where I am, the UK, and for East, uh, what is it? Eastern Standard Time onwards, it's going to be on the 6th. Now, this is really interesting because it is the 7th of 7 full moons so they've been in a row. The last 6 and this one have all been at 16 degrees. Now, this is really unusual, but it's also amazing because 16 reduces to 7. So it's the 7 of 7, and that reduced to 7. So there's a huge amount of woo energy in that. I love it. I love numbers. And in numerology, 7 is all about intuition, inspiration, kind of getting those lightning strike ideas. It's ideas that come from above down. If you can think of the 7 the way it is. So we're talking about heaven or higher self or higher dimension or all that is, sort of where we get our ideas and our inspiration from, coming down. It's the ability to kind of manifest, to bring the ideas from above down below. It's our ability to be open to intuition, to be have inspiration and insights. So on a 7, when we see it on a 7 day, that 7 universal day, or where you see those 7s turning up, so this will be a big one. It will be time to do a lot of inward thinking. And of course, this is a 7 universal year. 2023, 2 to 3 reduces to 7. Let me see what else. Yeah, I haven't done the numerology and the whole date, but it's a really remarkable one. So it's like a pivot point, and we are moving now into such a dense and heavy frequency, but in a good way. I feel that this is a pivot point, and we are moving beyond. Let me see. I've taken down lots of notes. There's a lot of high frequency energy, of course, coming in at the moment. All of these solar flares, and they're getting bigger, they're getting faster, they're getting more frequent. And this really is a sign of new earth, new age, new beginnings, that Aquarian age, that moving into something different. The moon is in Libra and the sun is in Aries. So Libra is all about balance and justice. Okay, so think about that. Hello, Elizabeth. Hello, Rihanna. I see you. I've just done a live in the other group. Hello, salute. So let me see. Where was I? I am getting distracted looking at people coming on. Yes. So there's a real sense of coming together with this. What we're really going to have to be aware of for this full moon is to balance ourselves. That Leo energy will bring a lot of balance, but there's Mars is out of bounds, okay? So Mars is quite a kind of a warrior-like tension energy. It's also forming, I think it's a trine to the North Node, which is conjunct the Sun. It is so that Aries, oh yes, Mars, of course, rules Aries. So we've got a lot of this sort of warrior like energy, but we need to balance that out now and use that energy for, you know, for our purpose, for passion, for drive, for starting new things, for innovative, to sort of allow ourselves to you know, start things and take action on things, be the action taker, because that Mars energy being very strong, we need to actually use it to be assertive instead of maybe aggressive, to use it to start things instead of kind of, you know, watching the noise. Now we are seeing noise, craziness, war-like energy everywhere. And this has been bubbling up for a while. Mars has been out of bounds for a while, and it's going to be out of bounds right until the start of May. So all of April could be a little volatile. What we need to do, what we need to do is to really hold ourselves up, to connect with our highest self, be up there. You know, that sense of, what is that parable? It's an old parable. It's about a little bug in a rug. I've mentioned it before. A little bug is moving around the rug looking for a crumb, and the tufts of wool are like giant trees and big shrubs in its way. But it knows this crumb is there, and it's moving around trying to find it, and it keeps getting stuck in more obstacles and more obstacles, and is getting frustrated. But actually, if he could crawl up the tree and move to the top, he would be able to have a proper view, okay? And he'd be able to see that beautiful pattern on the rug. So basically what that means is, what we need to do is to kind of move up to our highest self, to really stay centered, to ground ourselves, to surround ourselves in that bubble of energy that I always do in any of the meditations at the moment, just a bubble of energy to keep ourselves protected from inputs of everything, whether it is news, media, people. People will, you know, sort of losing their head kind of energy. What we need to do is to stay grounded and view and observe, you know, notice, but instead of reacting, to respond, you know, from a higher place. There are 4 planets also, 2 still in Aries, so that's actually, there's going to be a lot of action around the full moon. Basically, we need to stay in our bubble, stay in that place. I think I've let me see, courage, yeah, I've said that. Oh yes, the other thing is that the sun is conjunct Jupiter. So the sun conjunct Jupiter, Jupiter is expansive, it shines the light on everything around it, it sort of raises, it adds to whatever is happening. So because of all that sort of action in the sun is, with all of the, like, in Aries, in that sort of warlike energy, and because Jupiter is there as well, just step back, really be aware now to step back. I would say you're going to feel this a few days even before that full moon. So just be aware if you start noticing other people being triggered, if you notice you're being triggered, breathe and do a little bit of meditation. Just get into your zone. Let's see what else brings up a lot of, the light is shining on this as well from, so the moon, the moon is in Libra. Yes, the moon is in Libra, so that's balance and justice, and that's going to bring a sense of kind of balance and justice to it. But there's also health and healing. There's an issue around health and healing, and that the light is going to shine on any issues around health and healing. We might be seeing stuff, noticing things coming up. So just be on your eagle's perch, be gentle with yourself, be calm, be assertive. it's a great time to really use that energy. Now, what I said before I came on here that I would do is just tell you what to do between now and then. Because remember, last week, only just a little over a week ago, we had the new moon. That's when we set our intentions, where we made, intentions for the year ahead, because Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. It's, where we get that big picture about what we want to do. What we really have the power to do now is to keep our attention on it, to keep working towards it, to keep looking at it, to keep giving it kind of, love, and a bit of visualizing it's already happening, and keep focusing on it, because the moon now is growing, and between the second week, as the moon goes from half moon, which was, I think, yesterday or the day before, to full, we've all of that kind of momentum of growth. So you can make your dreams grow as well. You can put more attention on it, and you've got all of that lovely energy to make things happen. So that's what we really need to be doing right now. And then before that full moon, I will be making a meditation, and I'll probably do a live meditation somewhere so that everybody gets this, because this is an important one. And the following lunar, the next new moon at the very end of Aries, which will be the second new moon in Aries. I think that's an eclipse, actually. That's a solar eclipse. So, and then we're moving into, with a lunar eclipse and a solar eclipse together. And that is going to be quite hugely intense. So really, my advice for now is stay in your bubble. And that doesn't mean, cocoon yourself and stay at home. It means wherever you are, just surround yourself with that golden energy bubble of love and light. Connect to the ground, to the earth. Breathe. Remember to breathe. If you're being triggered, just remember to breathe and bring yourself back to a sense of love and togetherness and source and joy and peace. And I will do that with the meditation on, I will probably do that on Wednesday, Tuesday or Wednesday, because it's always good to do it before the full moon. And the full moon will be on Tuesday morning early for most of us. Yeah, let me see, what else did I say I do? Hi, Josephine. Hi, Claire. I just did a live in the group, in the Unlimited group. And hi, Emma Callan. Lovely to see you. I haven't seen you around for a while. Hi, Claire. Lovely to see you, sweetheart. I'm going to pull out cards for the collective before I go. And I'm just going to choose, let's see what comes out. I'm kind of thinking 7. Of course, why not? If you've missed the beginning of this, there's a lot of information about this full moon, and there's a lot of 7s. I mean, it's a 7 universal year. The moon, it's the 7th of 7 full moons in a row at 16 degrees, and 16 reduced to 7. So there's an awful lot of 7s. So let's just connect. Love and light, the highest reading for all. Ooh, I'm dropping cards here, so I'm choosing them. Okay. It's just, that is really interesting. I couldn't make this up, actually. The cards that jumped out here fell out, and they are all practically saying the same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, and I have 7. Okay. The first card is of fairness. So this is, and we've got that balance, the scales of justice here as well. So we've got the moon, the full moon next week is going to be in Libra, which is that sense of justice, balance, fairness. And the message on this card is just telling you whatever is happening, whatever you're seeing right now, whatever in the world, everything will be everyone will be held accountable for anything, any injustice. We're now, the whole situation is going to be completely treated fairly. We need to hold ourselves true, just come back to source, come back to yourself, come back to the heart. Really be in your heart now as much as you can. That's where you will find your balance. And remember, um, allow the thoughts in your head to drop down into your heart and just let that flow. There's a lot of doves in this: peace, peace, peace. And the second card is peace, peace. So if you've any worries, any fears, anything that's happening, any angers, any frustrations, bring yourself back to peace and tune into peace. You know what peace feels like. Breathe in, ask for your highest self, God, the universe, or whatever you see as a higher power, to just, whether that's yourself, your highest self, or anything that you bring in, tune in and ask for peace. Just bring yourself back to peace and allow the thoughts to drop down to your heart. Um, but it's just telling you that everything is going to work out perfectly and beautifully. Been saying it for a long time, and it's like, when is it going to happen? I'm seeing things happening all the time. And actually, when you get into your heart and when you believe and you sense something bigger, you see. You believe first and then you see. Next card is yoga. So it's time to just, make space to breathe, to just, it may be just even meditation, prayerfulness, just tuning in and opening up your intuition. Now I'm seeing in this that kind of third eye. When you get into that state of just meditating, just being quiet, just moving into yourself, and in that prayerful sense, you're connecting with the divine, you're connecting with something higher, and that's that seven energy. We need to very much tune into this often, and this year especially, but this month is going to be wild. This month is going to be fast and furious, and we need to tune in to listen what's your highest self telling you, not what people all around are telling you, not what you're hearing outside there. What are you hearing inside here? Just tune into here. The next card is telling you that you're getting increasingly sensitive. We all are. And all of those solar flares and, activity, there's a huge amount of high frequency energy coming in now. And we're all getting more sensitive to it. Honor that sensitivity. Honor yourself. Honor how you're feeling, and bless it. Be thankful that you might be sensitive to something, because by being sensitive to something, you know what you need to stay away from. You know that you might need to stay away from toxic environment, toxic things. Watch what you're putting into your body. What are you physically putting in? What are you spiritually, mentally, emotionally putting in? Just watch all of that. Avoid harsh relationships, toxic people, toxic environments. Just honor your sensitivity. And the next one is, they're practically all the same, meaning, but they read on beautifully from each other. This is sacred space. Find a sacred space or make it sacred space so that you can have that time alone. We need it now. We're going to really need to tune in. A sacred space might be just a corner of a room in your home. It might be somewhere that you can just tune into a sacred space inside yourself. It might be that you are compelled to go out and be in nature and find a sacred space in nature. You might want to be in I don't know, a building, or you might want to be by a stone circle or something old, or you just might want to be in the woods. What is it? Be there and tune in. Do this often now in the next month. You'll need to find that place to come back to, connect with your divine and your highest self to balance. I didn't make these cards up, they fell out. So quiet time. You need quiet time. It's like, shh, go within. Just be quiet. Turn off the noise in your head. Turn off the noise. Certainly turn off the TV. If there's anybody listening to me who's still listening to the TV, turn it off. You're being programmed. That's what's on the TV programs. It's constantly showing you the things that they want you to see. Stay away from it. Go inside, be quiet, be calm, and just contemplate. And listen, listen, just listen. When you're in that space, listen to the sounds, the thoughts that come in. When you really get quiet, you'll hear higher wisdom. You'll hear somebody or something, maybe it's yourself speaking to you. And also listen to, things that are coming to you again and again. You might turn or look at something, I don't know, read a book, pick up something, see something passing by, and they're all feeding into um, the same sort of energy. If you notice something happening again and again, it's almost like you see it over here and then you hear it from somebody else. Maybe there's something in here that you need to listen to, that's basically saying. And this card fell out as well. In fact, it's number 8 and it was all battered, but prosperity, the universe. We've been hearing fear, 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 and more fear porn about finances and all of that. And look, even if the financial institute crashed to the bottom, we still have to tune into prosperity because we can create that. We create a new prosperity, and there is prosperity. There is more available in the universe that we're not even aware of. And that is coming to you. It's basically saying the universe is pouring out its abundance on you. Be open to receiving it. My lovely new group has started, and we've started our first session, which is all on abundance and abundance mindset, and it's gorgeous. And I'll fill you in on how people are doing, but I might even do something on that myself as a small extra small course just on abundance. I'm thinking about it. But anyway, lovely to see you, Christine Kavanagh. How are you? Okay, so I've been talking for nearly half an hour, and I think that's quite enough for anybody. Go back if you're just coming on now and listen to the beginning, because there's a very important kind of updates on this full moon that's coming up and how to balance it, because we will need to balance it. Okay, my lovelies, thank you for listening to me. Love you all, and talk to you again soon. Bye for now.